Hello, my peeps. I have the Bargain Bead Box of October beads. These are all from the October beads, except for the clasp. And I've got these earrings. These are not going to go with this, but I wanted to make these bat earrings. Aren't they cute? They are so pretty. I just wanted to make something with them. So when I get done with the necklace, we're going to make a pair of earrings. And first of all, I have this pinch bail. It is gunmetal. And these two prongs are going to go, I'm going to set it in the back. And then I'm going to pinch it and guide it into that hole and just pinch. Pinch hard. All I pinched hard is nice and firm. And then we have our bail. Now, instead of using an eye pin here, because it's not going to work with this bail, and I already checked, this bail will not come off. It is soldered together. So I need wire. So I'm cutting off the spool here. And I have black wire on top of it, so great. So I'm going to, I have my double flush cutters that I use to cut off on the spool. Or in that case, the ring of whatever. But I'm going to make a simple loop. So I'm going to take a flat nose and I'm going to go probably right about there. And then I'm going to bend it. And then I'm going to take my round nose and make a decent sized loop. Let's see if this is big enough. Not sure, I'm just guessing. Probably should have tried it first. And bring it around. Close it up. And there we have our simple loop, but is it going to be big enough? So we're going to grab a hold of it, flip it up. And we're going to take this, slip it on. Oh boy. And then close this up. Close it up. We're going to grab a hold of it. Close. Nice. Nope. It don't hang. Well, it hangs down here because that's where it fits. So I gotta make a bigger one. Okie doke. Gotta make a bigger one. Gotta make it bigger. So bigger we go. Make a bigger loop. And cut it off. And I'm going to make a bigger loop. So we're gonna come back a little bit further. And make a bigger loop. So we're going to bend it. And then we're going to go up higher on our pliers and make a bigger loop. Hang on to it. And then I check on the back side, make sure I can't feel it. And then we're going to roll. Roll. And close. Alright, that's a little bigger, but I could probably just shut the video off and make one that's actually big enough. Let's see. It's going to slip on, but we'll see if it will close. There we go. And it hangs right there. Beautiful. All right, now we're going to slip these through. So we got a crystal And then this is agate, black agate. Isn't that pretty? I love the banding on it. So pretty. And then another crystal. Right here. Yeah, drop that down. And then I'm going to make another simple loop. And I'm going to get a hold of these beads, hold on to it, bend this right where the beads are, and then I'm going to make my simple loop. I'm going to use my finger as a guide, and I think I'm going to go right there, and we're going to roll it, bring it back, right about there. And close it up. Oop. And there we have our loop. Okay. Now, that's just perfect. It's just like this. See, we have this loop going this way and this loop going around this way. Perfect. Just perfect. All right. Now we're going to start stringing. I'm going to use my 49 strand, which I always tell everybody. I always do this because I don't know if somebody new is watching. So anyway, this is Bargain Bead Box. I should, I never explain anything about the boxes. Like this is a subscription you can get into. You can purchase it for $22.99 a month. That's it. No shipping and handling, just $22.99. And every month is a different theme. And then you can get on their Facebook and you can get in on a contest and see. You can always just post whatever you make, and then you can enter your products into a contest and see if you win. I don't know what you win. I'm not really exactly sure, but yeah, they got their Facebook group, and then you can get on their YouTube. They have sneak peeks on what is new coming in. You can go to Bead Box Bargains. Bead Box Bargains is their sister store where you can go, and if you see items on here and you want to get extra, you can go to Bead Box Bargains and get it from there. You can also get all kinds of findings and gemstones and Czech Glass and anything you want, just about anything. And like I said, you get extras of these, and they have lots of different stuff coming in each month or each week. So yeah, so Facebook, YouTube, and then their subscription. So I'm going to get started up here. It doesn't matter what wire I'm using, and I didn't do this. 49 strand is the softest drape. Why? Because there's 49 threads of stainless steel going through this wire right here, and it's got a coating, and this coating is pearl. And then the size is 0.019. So you go 0.019, 0.018, or anywhere in that vicinity, and that is your wire, average wire for beading your average beads. And then you got 0.012 for your smaller beads like pearls and gemstones. And then you have 0.024, which is a hefty, little bigger, little wider beading wire for your heavier beads. And there we go. Find this. I should probably count just to make sure these are what I want. And there's 5. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, there's enough there, so I can keep jibber-jabbering if I want. So I don't have to count. I don't want to count and then I'm silently sitting here not saying anything. Like when I go to physical therapy, they're like, don't hold your breath. And I'm like, oh my goodness, it hurts. It hurts, but don't hold your breath. Don't hold your breath. Breathe through it. I'm like, oh my gosh. Yeah, it's hard. Hard, hard, hard. Whoop. These are black agate. Now, look at this. I like the striations in there. So pretty. Too pretty. Love it. Yeah, I'm doing good at physical therapy. It's at home. I don't know what's going on at home. I just feel, oh, now I'm getting them mixed up. I don't. I think I want that. Oh, I have to double check to make sure. I have 5, 10, 13, 16. All right. And then we go with the crystal. But at home, I just feel nauseous. I don't know why. I just feel nauseous. And so I don't do my exercises as much as I should. Well, part of it is I'm sitting here with you guys making videos. And then the other part is it's hard to keep up with, oh, we have to do our middle strand. We have to stop right there because our middle strand has to get done. Get these all in order. Okay, this has to be done so that we can slip it onto this wire. So I gotta have some wire. Now I'm gonna have to pull off. I'm just gonna pull off and I'll just restring it. I'll just stop the video and restring that. But for here, we're going to string 3 of these golden obsidian. It's got that little sheen going on. Let's see if we can get one that's got some chatoyancy going on. Like that. See that? See that flash? Flash, chatoyancy, both same thing. That's very pretty. So we have that. And then our black agate. And then 3 more of these obsidian. Good Lord, I just can't get it in the hole. It's right there. Poke through. And this is just going to be a short little strand. Because we just want it to go across. So it looks like a double layer. And then you want to make sure the necklace is big enough to go around the neck, because with this short strand here, that's where you got to measure right there. That's where you got to measure your necklace from, not down here. One more for this one, and then a bead. And then we go with that. 3, 1, 2. These seem to be a little difficult to, they have small holes. I was trying with different wire. down here, and I had to not use them because they didn't go on the wire. They had small holes. This one. Get in there. And then we have this one. Okay, we're about done. Now 3 more of these and we're complete with this one. 1, 2, 3. And it goes right in the middle. There you go. Oh my goodness. All right. There we go. And then we're going to put on a crimp bead. I don't have a gunmetal crimp bead, so I have silver. There's our crimp bead. And then I'm going to use these colettes, which is called a clamshell, because that's what it looks like, is a clamshell. And I'm going to put this beading wire through the hole right there. And then I'm going to put on a seed bead. And then I'm going to bring this wire up and over, past the seed bead, and back down the hole and through. Oh, I thought it went through. I thought it went through. Yes, not. Okay, try again. Goes back down through the hole and then back through the crimp bead. There we go. Now I'm going to pull down really nice and tight, and then you can close this up just like that. And then we're going to crimp, spread our wires apart, and get in there in the back groove, because the back groove is going to give us our divot, and squeeze, and in the front groove to fold over. And there we have it. Oh, it didn't fold. One more time. Fold. I don't feel it. There we go. You gotta feel it. Fold. There we go. Nice. Beautiful. And now we're going to cut this excess off. Cut the excess off right down, right up against that crimp bead, and snip. There we go. And then we're going to slide the beads this way. And then I'm going to give myself a little bit of room to work with. This side's going to be a little bit more difficult because we got the beads here and it's going to be a little bit more difficult. So I'm going to cut off a little bit here, put on our crimp bead first. Most people put on their collet and then a crimp bead, smash the crimp bead, and then close it up. And I can't do that. I just don't want to, because I had a necklace that came apart, and when I looked at it, it was because the crimp bead made itself through that hole and came out. So I'm using seed beads. And then this is going to go back through the crimp bead. Bring it up here. And then bring it through, bring it up. Okay, now this is where it's going to get difficult. I gotta move my leg. All right, going to pull down Actually, we want to get this, I want to get this down close to the necklace before we start doing any pulling. Whoops. Oh no. I want to hang on to this, but I want this to scoot down. I need to know, there we go. You gotta pull on the right side of the loop, and then now I'm going to pull down on this. Pull down on that. There we go. Just like that. And we got some wiggle room. And that works. So we can close this up. Today. There we go. Let's get that even. There we go. Oh, a little bit more. Get that. There we go. There we go. All right, now we're going to crimp. And the back groove. Center it. And there. There we go. And squeeze. And then turn in front and fold. Turn in front, turn with me. There we go. And fold. There we go. Beautiful. Oh, looks like this guy got moved again. There we go. Now we're going to snip this excess off. Right up against the print bead. And there is our little section. Now I'm going to rebead this. I'll be back. Okie dokie, I'm back. Now this little part that we did, we're going to slip on to the wire. Whoops, it's going to go through both wires. Straight on. There we go. And now we're just going to keep beading. And we got, I'm going to do 3. 1, 2, 3. And then a crystal. And then 3. So it's just going to be 3. And a crystal. There we go. Oh, this one. This one's cool. Nice. And crystal. Three. Oh, I forgot my seed beads for my bail. Because you don't want your bail just to ride on the metal or right on your beading wire. Oh, it's not the bail, it's just this. So when I put this on and then this on with it, when I squish it together, it'll sit like that. So that way it's not on the wire. So we got 3 more. Uh-oh, I knocked them out of the way. All right, we're gonna go. Oh, we got 1 already on there. Doink. 2, 3. And then a crystal. I like these crystals. They're kind of dark and mysterious. Kind of like my necklace. That's what I wanted. Dark. Dark black with a little sparkle. A little mysterious here. And then I have the bat earrings. Okay, now we're coming up to where we gotta put our thing on, our little section. 1, 2, 3, and then our little section comes on here, and then a crystal, and then this big bead, this big bead here, and crystal. Finish this off. Okay. We're getting there. I just made a video earlier today because these they were sitting here, and I wanted to make the video yesterday, and then hang on. But then I realized, oh, I better get a jump on. Oh, we need a crystal. Oh, no, I'm not doing crystals at the very back. This will be on the back of the neck. So on the back of the neck, oh, it's right there. You don't really want pokey beads. So go with the round, go with the smooth. And then that way it's more comfortable to wear. You don't want pokey things poking at your neck. Or there's like certain chains. Like I had picked a chain out, and after my dad passed, we had his ashes, and I told them I bought a I don't know what you call it, a little thing that so you open it up, the vial is in there, and it has his ashes in there. I gotta pull out more string. Ah! Pull out more string. Now I gotta restring. I'm gonna pause. Hang on. Okay. I put on the crimp bead and the wire guard, and I'm going to crimp, putting it in the back groove, get it centered in there, and squeeze. Turn in front and fold, just like that. And we're going to snip off the excess, and then we're going to slide everything down that way. Now, this, you want fluidity, which is you want movement. You don't want it so tight that it's stiff. So we're going to clip off just enough for me to work with. Because it's 49 strand, you don't want to cut more than you need because you're just wasting it, and that's money. Oops, it's over here. That's just money going out the door or in the trash. So now we have a crimp bead. I don't know what it is today. I just can't poke right into the hole. And then we have our wire guard. Hang on to it right, which is get a hold of it and the string and get it in there. Push, pull, up and over, down through, push in, pull, and then slide through. And then we're going to slide through and get a hold of it. And then we don't want that crimp bead right up against the wire guard because it won't slide. So now we want to bring that necklace right up. And we don't want it too tight. So now we're going to crimp. And our back groove. Kind of get it in there. Kind of get it hold down and squeeze. And then we're going to turn in front and fold. And get rid of the excess. And then we're going to put on our jump rings, which I'm going to use our bent nose and these flat nose. These are your flat nose. And I'm going to pick up the wire or the jump ring with the opening at the top. And I'm going to tweak it open just enough. Put on our, whoops, let's just put on our necklace first. And then our clasp. And it's a magnet clasp. And you want to know a trick? Oops, came apart. Oops, it's falling apart. There we go. Whoops, pulling too hard. Get it snapped in there. Because it's got a, oh, the magnet comes out. Ah, maybe I need a new one. So anyway, if you have a magnet that is giving you problems and you're trying to put on a jump ring, what you do is you get another tool. Don't matter what tool. Bring it out. Have your magnet sit on that while you work on your jump ring and get your jump ring on. So your magnet is like attached to something. And whoops, am I in view? You put it right on there. And then you work with your jump ring, get your jump ring on there. And that way the magnet is staying put so you can get your jump ring on. It's a lot easier. It's just a little trick that I know, but I don't have to with these. These are not, these are kind of covered up with the design. Oop, got the whole thing in there. And I want to put this halfway in and tweak it just enough so I can just put the necklace on and then the clasp. And then I want to close it. And I think I'm going to have to get a different clasp out, because this is not holding. Yeah, it's going to have to be a different one. What, isn't that pretty? That's the one I wanted to go with, but it is falling apart. The magnet comes out. Oh, there's two magnets. Oh, so this one that's in here is not staying put. Okay, well, I'm going to have to fix that. But anyway, here, I'm going to put that together. Put it together on the right side and turn this, put it on. And we got a bead over there. Move this down. And then we're going to make these earrings. And I have a eye pin. And then we're going to go with a bead, black agate. And then one of these starburst spacer beads, just because it's flat. These are flat. That's why I thought, well, put something there. And then we got another black agate. And then we're going to make a jump ring, or a jump ring. We're going to make a loop. And this is kind of soft. So when it's soft, I'm going to make a wrapped loop. So I'm going to bend it over the pliers, rotate the pliers up, and then we're going to make a decent sized loop. And then we're going to bring that wire up and over the pliers, just like that. Bring the pliers around and bring that wire around. And then we're going to wrap. Keep it up high, keep it up next to this loop, and bring it around, and then bring it around. Whoop, get a hold of it, and then nice. 3 will do it. Beautiful, just beautiful. Now we're gonna cut off the excess with our flush cutters, and then I'm sure that, yep, there's a little bit that we gotta tuck in just like that. There we go. There's this one, and then we have this one to do. So we have our black agate and our spacer bead, and then our chevron bead, another spacer, and then another black agate. And then we're going to make a loop, and we're going to do it with our round nose. We're going to bend it over the pliers, rotate the pliers up and bring up so we can make a decent sized loop. And then we're going to bring that wire up and over the pliers, rotate the pliers around, and bring them around, and then bring the wire all the way across, just like that. So you got a loop right around the pliers, and then we're going to wrap. Keep it up high, keep it up right next to that loop, bring it up over here, and then bring it down, and we'll do one more wrap, and that'll do it. Beautiful, just beautiful. And then we're going to snip off as close as we can with our flush cutters and tuck in the little bit that's right here. Hang on to it. There. Not hanging on to it tight enough. There. Just like that. Oh, it's bent a little bit. And then we're going to open. There we go. I got jump rings for this, but maybe we don't need jump rings. Oh boy. Now I should have put these on here first and then put these beads on, because these can be a little fiddly to work with once you got the beads on. So you always put your dangle on first. But I got these jump rings, so I thought these loops might be a little small. And they're not. It's swinging. Nice. All right. Well, here we go. We're just going to do our second one and get the opening. I'm pulling the beads back as far as I can, but I put them on nice and snug. And we're going to slip this on, and then we're going to close it back up. Slip it all the way on so I have room to work with and get it closed. There we go. And then we don't need these jump rings. Then for up here, we have a little loop here that'll open up. We can slide that on and then close it up. Just like that. And then we have this one. We're going to, oh, that one's not, it's not closed all the way, so I'm going to have to close it. Open it up just enough to put on our wire, and then we're going to bring this in and close it. Yeah, it's stainless steel, so it's going to be a little tough to work with, but it can be done. There we go. There we have our earrings, our bat earrings. Okay, now let's show off everything, what we did for today. and get rid of this. We want to get rid of all our tools. Bring this down. Nice. Beautiful. Just beautiful. And then we have our bat earrings. And I gotta see if it's in. Not quite. And we're gonna slide it this way. And there we go. And then get this out of the way. And that is our project for today from the Bargain Bead Box of October. So, this is actually mostly, all of it is from Bargain Bead Box except for the clasp and the ear wires. Everything else, oh, and the clasp down here. So everything's from Bargain Bead Box. So if you want to make this, you could go back through the video and make it right alongside me. Alrighty, well, that's the end of this video. So until next time, people, happy beading.